Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our last day of the Mindful Month of May. This week, our topic is compassion, and I'm really happy that I'm able to be back here today to talk about one of my favourite topics in terms of mindfulness. In particular, when I'm teaching, it is the most transformational element of the courses that I teach for a lot of people, and that's self-compassion. We have a tendency to be very hard on ourselves. Everybody has a critical voice, the inner critic, and what self-compassion is about is in moments of stress and discomfort, so there are quite a few of them throughout the day. Self-compassion is recognizing these moments of stress and discomfort, recognizing that we all have those moments of stress and discomfort, and then being kind to ourselves and supportive in those moments. And a lot of the exercises that we've been doing throughout the challenge so far has been looking at things like our thoughts, our emotions, the relationship between the two. We looked at the Double Arrow Sutra, how our thoughts can turn a moment of natural stress and discomfort, a natural difficult emotion to something that's happened. Our thoughts can turn that into a spiral, stretching out that emotion, stretching out that difficult feeling for much longer than it needs to be. So everything that we have been doing over the last few weeks is really going to benefit us in terms of being able to apply self-compassion to ourselves. And in a lot of the literature, a lot of teachers say that unless we can recognize our own stress and discomfort and be kind to ourselves in those moments, we can't really show compassion to others, because it's only by understanding our stress and discomfort or suffering, which seems like a dramatic word, but those moments are classified as suffering as well. Unless we can recognize those moments and tend to ourselves in those moments, we can't really recognize the suffering in others, and we can't really understand what others are going through. And yeah, like I say, really transformational practice. And I'm really lucky to have a personal example to share today. I'm learning to dance, something I decided to do just for fun and fitness and to try something new. And I was at my dance class last night, and we learnt a new move which involved moving the arms, and I found it really difficult, really difficult. Not only that, I noticed that everybody else really enjoyed the exercise, and again with the mind thinking everyone else can do it right, I'm such a loser, putting a lot of pressure on myself. So turning that initial disappointment and not being able to do it straight away into something much bigger. So I left the class feeling, a bit dissatisfied, a bit disappointed with myself. But then I applied my mindfulness practice and I started to become curious about what I was feeling, okay? And being curious about something isn't analysing, it isn't trying to fix, but just looking at what's happening right now. And I started to remind myself, well, actually, I started dancing because I wanted to do something fun. It wasn't about being perfect. It wasn't about being better than everybody else. And this is new to me, so it's okay that I had a difficult day learning the dancing. And also I thought, and I'm sure the other ladies find other moves difficult. So, and maybe I was imagining it, maybe some of them were finding it difficult as well. And as I was cycling home, I placed my hand on my heart and I said some soothing words to myself. It's okay to feel disappointed, darling. Okay, you can go home and practice, but it's not about getting it perfect, it's about having fun. And Kristin Neff has done some amazing research that just by placing a hand, we're all mammals, And all mammals respond to touch. So just by placing a hand somewhere soothing, and we practiced this a couple of weeks ago, whether it's on the belly, whether it's on the heart, maybe the cheek, well, and the way that we say the soothing words to us is really important, the tone of voice. So you might choose a name that you can call yourself, sweetheart, darling, whatever works for you, and just almost, I see it as almost talking to your child self, or a best friend. We've also looked at compassion as how we would treat a best friend in those moments. We would be supportive, we would be encouraging, and this is really what compassion is about. So we're going to go into a meditation now. It comes from the Buddhist tradition. It's called the Metta Bhavana, or the loving kindness meditation. And we already this week, we started to cultivate loving kindness, either for a very good friend or for ourselves. And what we're going to do today, we're going to extend that out a little bit. So I'll be guiding you through, so you don't need to remember any of this. So we'll be extending loving kindness to ourselves, to a good friend, to a neutral person. So this could be a bus driver or a tram driver that you see once in a while, or maybe somebody in your local supermarket, somebody in your local shop. So somebody you don't know very well, you haven't really developed any strong feelings either way about towards them. And then finally, we're going to try to extend the loving kindness, the compassion towards a difficult person. So don't choose anybody that you have really serious problems with at the moment. Maybe just a colleague at work that you've had a challenge with recently, or a friend that you're having a challenge with. And we're not going to be getting involved in the story about what the challenge is. We're just going to bring this person to mind. But as I said, I'll be guiding you through this. You don't need to remember any of this. So what I'd like you to do is just for a moment reflect what compassion means to you. Maybe coming up with one or two words about what compassion means to you. Words that often come up in my classes are things like forgiveness, acceptance, love, kindness, understanding, support. So these are the types of words that come up. These are the types of sentiments that compassion brings up for people. And you'll have your own idea now as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into our meditation posture, our feet flat on the ground, our hands resting in our laps. We have our active but relaxed spine. So we're awake in our posture, but we're also comfortable, which is another important element of our posture. And we'll just close our eyes now, or lower the gaze to the floor, whichever you prefer. And just taking a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Feeling ourselves seated in the chair. Feeling our feet on the ground. Our thighs and our seating bones completely supported by the chair. Our arms hanging by our sides. Just letting go. Bringing attention to the jaw. Breathing into any tension in the jaw. Seeing if we can let that go. Breathing into the hands. How are the hands feeling? Letting go of any tension in the hands. We're now going to bring our focus and attention to the chest and the heart area. And as we do, I want you to just conjure up this sense of compassion, loving kindness. You might find a smile just naturally comes on your lips. Or maybe bring a smile to your lips. Loving kindness, forgiveness, acceptance. Now I want you to bring to mind an image of yourself, or get a sense of yourself. If you see an image, what are you wearing? What's your facial expression? And just looking upon yourself. This person who always does their best, always tries to do their best. But sometimes life is tough. Sometimes life is difficult. You face challenges. And just extending this feeling, this sense of compassion towards ourselves. Loving kindness, forgiveness, acceptance, support. As you extend this loving kindness towards yourself, you may like to say the words, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. Or any words that feel right for you to say as you extend this loving kindness towards yourself. Now keeping hold of this feeling, this sense of compassion, we'll just step aside, let our image disappear. And now bring to mind a really good friend, somebody who makes you feel really good about yourself, someone you can always have a laugh with, somebody you really trust. Just bring to mind this person. What are they wearing? What's their facial expression? And again, looking upon your really good friend and just knowing that this person always does their best. They always try hard in life. But also sometimes life is tough for them. They have moments of stress and discomfort, sometimes small things, sometimes big things to deal with. And as we look upon our friend, extending compassion towards them, loving kindness, and again you may wish to say, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. And now letting go of the image of our friend and just bringing to mind our neutral person. So somebody we don't know very well, we see on quite a regular basis. Just bring this person to mind. Perhaps you see them in their uniform, if it's a service person, what they're wearing, their facial expression. Again, seeing this person, this perfectly imperfect individual who always tries their best in life, but they too face challenges sometimes. They have difficulties. Just again, extending our compassion towards this person, loving kindness, surrounding them with our compassion. We may also say, if we wish, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. Now, letting go of our neutral person. And now just bringing to mind somebody we've had a recent challenge with, or somebody we find challenging. Again, not getting involved in any story or thoughts about this person, but just bringing to mind an image of this person, or getting a sense of them. If you're not a visual person, getting a sense of this person. What are they wearing? Their facial expression. And just looking upon this person now. Again, like everybody else, this person just trying to do their best in life. Always trying to do their best. they too have struggles and challenges, whether they're big or small. They too struggle sometimes. So let's extend our compassion towards this person, our loving kindness, understanding, acceptance, forgiveness. Don't worry if you experience some resistance here. It's okay. It's not an easy exercise. Just be kind to yourself. And perhaps you can say the words, may you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. And surround this person in compassion. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. Now we're going to bring together all four people. So yourself, your good friend, your neutral person, and your difficult person. So bring them all together now. Maybe they hold hands or stand close to each other, smile at each other. And just extending, surrounding these four people with compassion, recognizing they all try their best, but they all experience difficulties in life. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be loved. And keeping hold of this feeling of compassion and loving kindness, let's extend this to everybody who's participated in our challenge, our Mindful Month of May, to all our teachers, and to all the participants, whether they made a webinar or not, everyone who was interested in this mindfulness practice. Let's extend our loving kindness to all those who are involved. May they be happy. May they be well. May they be loved. And now just taking a couple of deep inhales and exhales. Moving our focus into the body, feeling the feet on the ground. Maybe wiggling our fingers and toes. Now in a moment I'll ring the bell, and when the sound stops, we'll open our eyes. So that's the end of our session for today. So if anybody has anything to share from that, you might have noticed that some people were easier than others, but that's okay. This practice of compassion is something that can be cultivated. So this is why it's a really nice practice, because you will find that as you practice loving kindness, it becomes easier, and it will start to spill into your daily life as well. So a really lovely practice. I think I've said before, there's a saying, mindfulness without compassion merely makes us more aware of our neurosis. So compassion really is a fundamental part of our mindfulness practice. And I have a free 30-day self-compassion challenge course, which you'll receive a link to in our final email from this webinar. We also have our Facebook group, so we really invite you to stay connected. We're always doing lots of great stuff. We've got our 3 meetup groups with over 6,000 members in 3 cities, so you'll receive links to those. But yeah, just wishing you all the very best and congratulating you all for being involved in this mindful month of May. Thank you, Georgia. I'll read your message here. Thank you so much for today and for the whole month of May. Mindfulness practices, really enjoyed all the webinars. Thank you very much for the feedback, Georgia. And please do stay connected. You'll have all the links in the email. And yeah, just again, thanks to all the teachers, and looking forward to seeing you again, whether it's webinars or on our Facebook group or in person. And yeah, wishing you all the very, very best. This isn't the end, this is just the start. So yeah, looking forward to many more challenges with you. Have a great day and all the very best with your practice. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Bye-bye.